On point, we're on point. Remember to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. This is me reading the Integrity Commission letter, and I'm going to be showing you the letter in detail while it's being read. So we're going to go over it. Let's go. House of Parliament. The Integrity Commission wishes to inform the public in the House of Parliament response to the letter report they put out yesterday, the 14th. Healthy week, big up yourself as well, you know what I mean? It says, Integrity Commission response to letter dated April 11 from government leads in the House of Parliament. The Integrity Commission wishes to inform the public that it is formally responding to a letter dated April 11, 2025, signed by Honorable Edmund Bartlett and leader of the government business in the House of Representatives, and by the Senate, the Honorable Mrs. Kamina Johnson-Smith, leader of government business in the Senate. The letter from the government's parliament leaders was quoted in the media. The Commission acknowledged the importance of accountability and public trust and takes all matters relating to the integrity and ethical conduct with the utmost seriousness. The Commission Chairman, Honorable Justice Retired Carol Lawrence Beswick, has responded to the government parliamentary leaders. Her letter was formally received and signed for the Parliament at 1:21 p.m. today. In the interest of public transparency, a copy of the Chairman's letter is attached to this release. The Integrity Commission remains steadfast in its commitment to uphold the rule of law and continues to operate in full compliance with the Integrity Commission Act. Velma says, hold on the Ezidon. Velma says, Velma, you deleted the message? Oh. Velma says the Prime Minister was born to be notorious, a notorious liar. How do people really trust this man? I have no idea. I really don't. That's a very good question. I understand that the gag clause on the IC. What I don't understand is why he put a gag on the cabinet. Bingo! Ezidon. Bingo! That is the problem. That is the gag that everybody that has any sense has a problem with. Why are you putting a gag on the cabinet? So cabinet members can come out and say, by process of elimination, say, well, I'm not being investigated for illicit enrichment. And then you see 20 more persons say, well, I'm not being investigated for illicit enrichment. What that would do is put them on the record to say whether or not they're being investigated. So if later on down the line, they are being investigated and we found out that they were when they said they weren't, we would know that they would be lying. You check? You feel me? So that is it, my brother. The gag on the cabinet is what we don't understand. We understand the IC cannot talk about the investigation, all of that, cool, until the report is sent to Parliament where it's now public and everybody can talk about it. Whatever you sip on the paper. You understand? So that's it. That's it, my brother. That's the real issue right there. You see me? Well said. Alright, let's move on now to the next part of the letter. Marshall, thanks for the follow. Let me see. So this is page 1. Okay. It says here, reply to dated letter. I acknowledge receipt of your email and letter to me dated April 11th, in which you indicated particular and serious concerns held by your government colleagues, and in which you request my urgent intervention for a prompt and thorough interrogation of the concerns which you detailed. It says here, I am certainly amenable to addressing the concerns which you have sent for the Integrity Commission attention insofar as the Integrity Commission Act follows. In short, they concern the perceived, alleged, and or actual bias of the Commission's acting director of corruption prosecution, Renif Lawrence, and the alleged unacceptable pressure being the alleged unacceptable pressure being allegedly exerted on certain commission staff members to cause certain decisions to be made. You notice what she do? Appear alleged. She say, no, listen to this. Residents or parliamentarians have responsibility to let the public know they are being investigated. I know, right? Anyway, it says here that it says here, I am heartened by the fact that we share a belief in certain principles which you have embraced in your communication and which I regard as being fundamental to any interrogation by the Commission. These important principles were well expressed by you and I adopt them, namely, number one, we do not for a moment question Mr. Lawrence's professional qualifications. We do not question any individual constitutional rights of association, nor do we seek to interfere in the operations of the Commission. Justice should not be done, but should be seen to be manifestly and demonstratively done. The Integrity Commission's success depends greatly on public confidence and trust, which cannot be sustained if there is a perception of bias. If there is a perception of bias or other improper conduct of its affairs. It says here, fairness, professionalism, and justice are to be allowed to prevail at the Integrity Commission and to be seen to so prevail. We trust that truth and justice will prevail. So, it's interesting. What's this? Beverly Lawrence, big up yourself. Gag government. So that is the first part. No, these are very interesting. Let me read that. Let me look at that again. These are principles were well expressed by you in, and I adopt them. Namely, so she named out 7 principles that they adopt. Andrew knows he's guilty, and that's the reason for the gag order. The cabinet also knows that he's guilty, and he has ripped off the country big time and now wants to thief via shortcut to remain. These are the words of Velma Hall, and she has a right to her opinion. The commission made a referral to the prosecutor for the PM to be charged. She declined, hence removed. Yeah, pretty much. There was too much evidence for him not to be charged. But anyway, we are therefore agreed that any such interrogation would have to be conducted as fairly, impartially, and transparently as is possible. Justice would no doubt have been done, not only in the eyes of the parliamentarians, but also in the eyes of the persons against whom complaint or allegations is being made. A primary component of a careful conduct interrogation is relevant, cogent evidence. This was something I read in the paper. How are you doing, Adine? This was something I read in the paper. What the director of the Integrity Commission is saying, if you don't have clear and concise evidence of your allegation towards Mr. Renif Lawrence, then what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to fire him because he's associated to Mr. What's his name, Dr. Dayton Campbell, because they were friends since high school. That goes against his constitutional right to association. And she's saying in the principles that he's more than qualified, and they do trust his qualification. They do have faith in his integrity. He has not shown them anything else. So what are we talking about here? What does the JLP want them to do further? But let's continue. It says, the first concern to which you refer in the communication regarding Mr. Lawrence's appointment as acting director of corruption prosecution of the Integrity Commission. But please, this is verifying, guys. I literally have to blow it up. Somebody said, what did I say? Paul is supposed to address that issue as the leader of the opposition business parliament. He refused while the government applied pressure. Powell gave the okay for Juliet Orders to become Speaker of the House. A corrupt and dangerous move. Hey, somebody don't like Powell, man. God damn. I just got that message. Sheesh. Morgan gets dark on the IC. What? What is this?
The matters surrounding the Integrity Commission again. We have with us member of the JLP's Communication Task Force.
And I'm not even gonna give that dude no airplay, bro. Ain't no way, man. Man, forget that dude, man. Get the hell out of here. I don't want to hear nothing from them people. Anyway, I might play it later on down there. Leprechaun, what up?
Oh, true.
Hey, I still got my one eye open on her, bro. She on a -1 for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not certain. I don't like her background. You know, who she associated with is kind of deep. Over the years, her husband is like deep in the JLP. So I don't know. But let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay for me because I'm in the public, so I don't affect nothing. That's just my opinion. Anyway, it says here that his possible permanent appointment to the post. Oh, they were concerned about his permanent appointment to the post. You provide that one of the basis for the concern, a social media post on January 26 this year by Dr. Dayton Campbell, which is being widely circulated and describing Mr. Lawrence as his friend over 20 years. You conclude bias on your belief in the accuracy of that social media post, that any decision taken by Mr. Lawrence in respect to members of the political fraternity will certainly be open to question. In view of the fact that we agree that we do not question any individual's constitutional right of association, any question about his decision making and or suitability for filing that appointment must therefore be considered with that right in mind. So basically, what the Integrity Commission boss has done is rubbished the idea that they're putting forth that because Dayton Campbell and Mr. Lawrence have been friends for 20 plus years, that means his decision making is going to be severely compromised because of that. There's no evidence of that. They have to show evidence. Alright? And you have to keep in mind you cannot violate the man's constitutional rights of association. Right? Big up yourself, Beverly. How you doing, Timon Green? Hey, trust me. We have a question if them absence each and every day. But let's continue. It says here, indeed, any decision taken by the Commission should be open to question by the public, including political parties, as to the manner in and the basis on which the decision was taken. A complete answer should be provided as far as the Integrity Commission Act allows. No doubt your parliamentary colleagues will recall that it was your good self who placed certain restrictions on what can lawfully be revealed by the Commission, stating at Section 56 of the Integrity Commission Act that a person concerned in the administration of this act. So therefore, the act itself guides the individual that is a member of the Integrity Commission, where they have to follow those rules. If they don't follow those rules, they could face, they more than likely could face prison time. So that's what she said. She said, shall regard and deal with as secret and confidential all information, statutory declaration, government contracts, prescribed licenses and all other matters relating to any matter before the Commission. Alright? The Commission is mindful of the fact, it's funny, man. The Commission is mindful of the fact that its decisions are open to scrutiny and thus operates under the policy that any conflict of interest are declared, and what they exist, the employee refuses him or herself, and thereafter has nothing to do with that particular matter. Oh, so they would recuse themselves, okay. Another bias for concern about Mr. Lawrence's appointment to the post in question rests on what you describe as public record, that in late 2024, Dr. Campbell used political platform to make a particular comment about a case which it subsequently came to public attention was being considered for pursuit by the Integrity Commission. No doubt you will readily understand that your description above lacks sufficient detail to allow me to determine what you speak. Sashi, what's up, Sashi? How you doing, beautiful? Hey, what's up? Pick up yourself for the baby. Oh man, yo, that is so funny. It lacks detail, so it's like I don't know what you're talking about. You feel me? Hey man, this lady's rubbing off on me, man. Hold on. I note your next concern is about the media reports, which suggest that the contract of former director of corruption prosecution was not renewed in the circumstance where she came under pressure to not seek renewal of her contract due to a lawful decision she made. Again, there is no reference to the particular decision that has caused your concern. So basically, they don't have no basis. They don't have any basis for their argument. She's literally debunking everything that they said that they had a problem with the law and the Constitution. This is a detailed response. You get me? Anyway, moving right along. It says the questions you wish to be interrogated are specified as being whether the former corruption prosecution director in fact came under pressure due to her lawful decision, from whence did that pressure emanate, where did it come from, and the extent to which that legal pressure may have contributed to her not seeking renewal in the post despite her being widely known to be an excellent repute in the conduct of her profession to date. It is clear that the answers to these require the input of the former corruption prosecution director herself, whose 5-year statutory term of office with the commission has already ended. My attention has not been brought to any complaint or even comment made by her, either the commission or any other entity concerning the questions you asked to be interrogated. Mighty God. Mighty God. This lady is destroying Edmund Bartlett. Thank you for that. I sent you the Integrity Commission letter of Parliament. You're most welcome. And there's more we have to do today. Alright, so it says in order for there to be fair, impartial and transparent interrogation, there not only needs to be the specific question which you have in fact posed, but equally importantly, there must be specific cogent information from which the interrogation can be commenced. So what she's saying is cogent means there needs to be clear and specific evidence, argument put in play that align with each other for them to even start an interrogation. There needs to be a basis of the interrogation between the Integrity Commission and Ranif Lawrence. There's no basis. The argument that Kamina Johnson-Smith and Edmund Bartlett put forward in the letter is a baseless argument. You can't carry a baseless argument to court. The judge is going to run you out. Alright, I'm going to come and say, just a wild accusation. Andrew Onis is a thief. Him thief bought money. The judge going to say to me, say, so where is the evidence that Andrew Onis thief bought money? Do you have any record of Andrew Onis thieving bought money? You see where I'm going with this? It don't make no sense. Them should have shut them out and go sit down. But through them enough. Them go and burn a right letter to the Integrity Commission and get embarrassed. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. But let's move on. It's well, there's a third part of this letter. Well, this is a lot. God damn. I also noticed your deep concern about widely circulated reports in both traditional and social media, which suggests that a senior investigator resigned from the commission after a statement she had submitted to the commission was excluded from the report submitted by the commission to the Parliament of Jamaica due to the intervention of an influential official at the commission. You say further that the report suggests that formal statements submitted by the investigator had raised serious concerns about unethical practices during the conduct of certain probe of high public interest. Here again, you suggest that this matter be subjected to inquiry by the Commission, or should greater independence be inquired in the interest of justice in particular circumstances. Any other relevant agency, more particularly, you state inquiry should be made as to whether these media reports are accurate, and if so, whether the official who allegedly ensured the exclusion of the statement in question from the report to Parliament is still employed to the Commission, and indeed whether the individual misconducted himself in public office. Unfortunately, this concern, as outlined in your communication, is bereft of sufficient details to adequately inform an inquiry. So again, there is another allegation that does not hold any weight for inquiry to be done. She is literally shutting down all of these arguments. This is the urgent intervention which you seek for prompt and interrogation of the mentioned matters can only be fairly done with cogent, specific. If there's one word that this lady teach me, it's cogent. If I learned a word from the new IC chairman, it's cogent. Cogent means clear, concise, and specific. Yeah, it has to be clear. It has to be detailed. It has to be precise, specific. If that's not happening, we don't have. If the information is not clear, if you say, all right, yo, this is why we need to investigate, they're not going to investigate. At the same time, I know that I need not remind you of Section 6 of the Integrity Act, which provides in part as follows. It says 1, in the exercise of its powers and performance of its function under this act, the Commission shall not be subjected to the direction or control of any other person or authority than the court by way of judicial review. Again, if the individuals that are claiming that the Mr. Ronif Lawrence is actually acting outside of the law, they have to prove it. They have to carry that court, prove to the court they act outside of the law with evidence, and then the Integrity Commission, based on the court's instruction, is going to do what they have to do. But if the court doesn't, the court is the only one that can instruct the Integrity Commission. Nobody, no parliamentarian can direct them. They're not answer to nobody but the court. This is the same thing that Mr. Panton said when he went into Parliament, and people was in their panties was in a bunch about it. So let us see if their panties is going to be in a bunch about it. Big up yourself, Sir G. Thanks for the follow. Let us see if their panties are going to be in a bunch about it when a woman says it. Let us see. Yo, this lady is rubbing off on me. I ain't even gonna cap. Let's continue. It says It says nonetheless, I hasten to add that I remain committed to open communication where the Integrity Commission is concerned, insofar as the Integrity Commission Act allows. See, that is all about the Integrity Commission Act. That's what it's all about. Nothing else. Actions of the Integrity Commission which cause you or indeed the general public concern will receive urgent attention of the Commission, provided that the Commission is given cogent and unequivocal information. Unequivocal. The word is unequivocal. So cogent and unequivocal. Let us look what unequivocal means real quickly. Unequivocal meaning.
This is the definition of unequivocal, leaving no doubt, unambiguous.
You hear that? Leaving no doubt. Cogent meaning. Cogent meaning.
Here's the definition of cogent of an argument or case, Clear, logical, and convincing.
Clear, logical, and convincing. So if you notice both words, unequivocal means there is no doubt. And it's clear. And this one is saying pretty much the same thing. It has to be logical, it has to be clear, and it has to be convincing. So what they have presented to the chairman of the IC is not clear, it's not logical, it's not convincing, and it doesn't leave out any doubt. It's questionable. Their questions are questionable. There's no evidence to suggest that, you know what I mean, the man is going to do what they say, what they're suggesting he will do, because he hasn't done anything yet. You see that? Man, listen, man. Hey, shout out to this lady, man. Shout out to this lady. Let's continue. There's some other parts of it that I haven't read yet. Whoa, wait a minute. Where we are? Where are we? Actions of the integrity. Okay. Commission. Okay. Yeah, actions of the integrity commission, which cause you indeed the general public concern will be received. Urgent attention. Commission is giving cogent and unequivocal information on which it can rely. I look forward to the Commission working together with the members of the House of Parliament in accordance with the laws of natural justice and above all in strict compliance with the Integrity Commission Act as promulgated by your good selves, meaning to your own it. You are the ones that tabled the Integrity Commission Act.
Embarrassing.
And so we need to follow it strictly. Well, class prefect, we need to follow it strictly, and that is it. Crash, big up yourself, thanks for the follow. Alright, so the Integrity Commission, I love the fact that you speak with research facts. Thank you so much, my brother. That's what we do. That's what we do. You feel me? Anyway, the next thing here it says, our goal is the same. A corruption-free Jamaica. Is it though? Is it the goal of the JLP to have a corruption-free Jamaica? That gap clause? I question that personally. Because if you want us to have a corruption-free Jamaica, there will be no gap clause. Alright, there will be no gap clause for the cabinet. I call cap on that. I'm not saying she's cap, I'm saying they are cap. Alright?
Stop the cap.
But salute to
Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap! No bullshit, bro.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Ball out! Whoa! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it for the reading of the report. I definitely had to read that media release. I'm going to post it because it's very important to know the stance of the Integrity Commission in regards to some of these concerns from the Parliament. I think she stuck it to them, and I don't have anything else much to say about it that I didn't already say. Now I'm going on to the next topic.